Football, league football is back. It never went away. Obviously, we had the international break. We were out without club football for a couple weeks because of the international break, and you have to do that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it, but you have to do it, especially because of the World Cup qualifiers, and that sort of thing. And international teams have to, so you have to do it. But Arsenal, in Nottingham Forest, they hire Ange Postecoglou, who was recently fired from Tottenham, to come in and manage Nottingham Forest. And Arsenal defeat Nottingham Forest 3-0. And let me tell you what didn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me that Declan Rice started on the bench. You've got a Champions League game on Tuesday against Athletic Bilbao, a team you beat in the preseason 3-0. That didn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me also that Madueke would have a strong game. The depth of Arsenal right now is fantastic. You had Odegaard went out quite early in the game, and when Yeri came in, when Yeri came in and did a fantastic job. So Eze did well, assisted on York Hayes' goal. But what did surprise me was who two of the goals by Arsenal would get, and that was Zubamende. Zubamende scores an absolute screamer outside the penalty area in the 32nd minute, and then a header in the 79th minute. Now, if he hit with his left foot, he would have had a hat trick, a perfect hat trick, kind of similar to what Christian Pulisic had against Burnley last time I saw it. I'm sure it's happened since then, but the only one I remember is Christian Pulisic against Burnley, where he had header, right wing, and right foot and left foot. But he was one away from that. But again, I did not expect Zubamende to be the goal scorer or the big time goal scorer for Arsenal today. But it also shows the depth of Arsenal. You have Saka and you have Saliba on the bench, but you're able to bring in Mascara and Madueke, and in fact, you don't lose a step. You're absolutely fantastic. You play exceptional football. Now, Eze is a stud. Okay, Eze is an absolute stud, and you would think that when Odegaard goes out, Eze might move into his position, but instead he stays out left and again does a fantastic job, gets his assist on the York Hayes goal. To be fair to Nottingham Forest, I don't think they played poorly. They only had one really real effort on goal with Chris Wood. And I don't think he knew much about it when it happened, but I thought Nottingham Forest, especially at the end of the first half, did reasonably well, but they just weren't very dangerous in the final third, and that's really what cost them this game. In fact, York Hayes got his goal literally. We're talking about literally 90 seconds after, maybe even less than that, maybe 40, 50 seconds after the kickoff in the second half. Calafiore, I think, plays the ball to Eze. Eze made a perfect run. Was onside, not by much, but it was onside, and put it across to York Hayes, who scored the goal. And again, it was really a controlled performance by Arsenal for all intents and purposes. They controlled the game and really won the game quite easily, quite handily. In fact, if you look at the stats, Arsenal was 55% to 45% with possession. 5 shots on goal for Arsenal, 1 for Nottingham Forest. 5 shot attempts for Nottingham Forest, 16 for Arsenal, 8 fouls for Arsenal, 10 fouls for Nottingham Forest, 1 yellow card apiece for both teams, no red card. It was a pretty clean game. It wasn't really that dirty. 4 corner kicks for Nottingham Forest, 8 for Arsenal. In fact, I think Zubimendi's first goal came off a corner kick. It makes set piece FC, but I don't really give a rat's ass about that. Who cares about set pieces are part of the game, and if you score in a set piece, it's just as good as anything else. And 2 saves for Nottingham Forest, 1 for Arsenal, and I kind of try to think what was a save that Arsenal made. The only thing I can think of was it was a cross in the first half, which Raya saved pretty easily. But I guess there was something else I don't know about it. I mean, I don't remember it. Again, Arsenal's defense is absolutely outstanding so far in the first 4 games. They've only given up 1 goal, and it was off a free kick. 1-0 against Manchester United, 5-0 against Leeds, lost 1-0 against Liverpool on an absolute brilliant free kick, and 3-0 against Nottingham Forest. And next week they play at Athletic Bilbao on Tuesday, I think it is, next week, and then they play Sunday at home against Manchester City, which should be an interesting game. But again, I think right now Arsenal looks pretty good, and their depth is showing, especially with the players that they have. You left a bunch of players on the bench who could have contributed in this game. You look at Hincape, who didn't play because because didn't need him. Max Dowman, Ben White, and obviously Kepa, because Kepa's a backup goalkeeper. But you left quality on the bench that could have helped out. And again, it'll be interesting to see what happens next week and in the coming weeks for Arsenal. But Arsenal did really well. Won 3-0, controlled the game. And that's all I really have to say about it. Please click like, share, and subscribe. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.